Welcome to my channel. Battle of Siffin. Upon returning to Kufa, Imam Ali A.S. immediately prepared for the anticipated clash with Muawiyah. The defying Muawiyah continued to violate the Islamic principles by personally using the public treasury for espionage and buying people's loyalty. The people of Syria fully believed him and the false picture he presented. Ultimately, this resulted in a confrontation called Battle of Siffin when the troops of the two sides met at Siffin. The battle saw ferocious fighting for 9 days when Muawiyah's forces were near collapse. His troops were fleeing and in disarray, and their retreat was in massive disorder, running helter-skelter. Muawiyah was alarmed, tense and frightened, preparing to run away, when he learned of a clever trick. The trick was indecent and unbecoming. It was to make the Holy Quran as an instrument and exploit it, to use it as a tool to his advantage. Muawiyah seized on this immediately and commanded his fighters to raise 500 Holy Qurans on tips of spears, in order to stun the troops of Imam Ali. As jolting as it was, this maneuver did break the onslaught and the momentum of Ali's fighters, for they were very pious men. But Imam Ali was quick to recognize this deceit. He knew how deceptive Muawiyah was, and now that being near collapse, Muawiyah wanted to save his neck at the expense of the Quran itself. With that in mind, Ali A.S. urged his generals not to halt, but to keep fighting since victory was almost at hand. Alas, Ali's generals and fighters were in shock, for the sight of the Holy Quran high on spearheads was startling to say the least. They could not take it. Not willing to fight, they wanted to accept Muawiyah's offer to halt the fighting and negotiate instead. The termination of the battle in this manner and the consequences thereof proved to be disastrous to say the least, especially for Ahlul Bayt and Islam. It is said that there was a conspiracy between Amr ibn al-As of Muawiyah's side, and Ash'ath ibn Qais, a general in Imam Ali's camp, who was working as a spy against Ali, secretly working as an agent for Muawiyah. In this battle 45,000 men lost their lives in Muawiyah's camp, and about 25,000 in Ali's A.S. camp. Many men of high caliber from both sides died, especially Ammar ibn Yasir, the great companion of the Prophet S., who was 90 years old and fought on Imam Ali's side against Muawiyah. After Siffin, Imam Ali's A.S. generals, who stopped the battle to negotiate with Muawiyah, did not pick the right person for the negotiation. They unyieldingly refused to accept Imam Ali's choice. Instead they picked Kufa's governor, Abu Musa Ash'ari, an incompetent governor who had been previously dismissed from office by Imam Ali. Muawiyah appointed Amr ibn al-As, a shrewd and cunning man, to be his representative in the negotiation. Negotiation between the two sides did not take place for about 1 year. When the two negotiators came face to face, it was clear that Ash'ari's capability was no match for his opponent Ibn al-As. In the negotiations, Ash'ari proposed that both Muawiyah and Imam Ali A.S. were to abdicate and to let the people hold election for the Khilafah. Amr ibn al-As, a deceptive man at best, quickly agreed to Ash'ari's proposal and asked Ash'ari to first announce the agreement. Ash'ari stood up and announced, "O people, we have agreed not to consider Ali or Muawiyah for Khilafah. You may choose or elect whomever you think is fit." The cunning Amr ibn al-As stood up next to say, "O people, I won't consider Ali for the Khilafah. But Muawiyah, in my opinion, is the person for that office." Upon hearing this, and feeling deceived, the people screamed disapprovingly. An uproar was the result. Imam Ali's A.S. camp was in shock. They were double-crossed, deceived and lied to. They felt deeply cut. Amr's double-crossing and deception was simply beyond their imagination. They left the place bewildered and utterly disappointed. Because of this, a large group of Imam Ali's supporters defected to form a separate group called Kharijis, meaning the outsiders. The Khariji became fanatically opposed to Imam Ali and Muawiyah. Some of their members met secretly in Mecca and drew a plan to assassinate Ali A.S. in Kufa, Muawiyah in Syria, and Amr ibn al-As in Egypt. 3 fanatics took the responsibility. They were to attack their victims in the morning, the same day, as the would-be victims were going to the mosque to lead the morning salat. Ibn Muljim attacked and fatally wounded Imam Ali A.S., whereas Muawiyah escaped with a light wound of his buttock. Amr ibn al-As was ill that day and his replacement was killed by the Khariji. Imam Ali A.S., in wounded condition, conferred the imamah and the reign of the Islamic nation to his 37-years-old son al-Hassan. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos.